Doctor, I don't know how he's alive. It's like he got torn apart by a monster. Damn it, nurse. If he's still alive after being torn up, that means he's our MC, our protagonist. Patch him up. Let's get this horror game underway. Welcome back to Cooking with a Mad Scientist. Your host, like always, Dr.AsylumCam. Been a minute since we busted out the blender, and I've been waiting for this one. Let's take a little bit of the glorious, my beloved Resident Evil franchise, and the horrifying, grotesque things we can occasionally see in those games, and the dark, foreboding atmosphere, which is just a key element whenever it comes to the Silent Hill games. That whole entire franchise. Yes, you're in a building, but it still feels like you're cut off and isolated from the whole entire world. And clearly something really spooky is going on. Let's take that really great atmospheric tone of those games. And finally, we're going to take both of those beautiful little elements from those two games, sprinkle them all into the blender, and what do we get? Infected that not only chase you through the vents, but smile at you while doing it. Oh, hell no. And welcome back to the dissection table. Here we take all these video game trailers, comics, movies, more, and break them down bit by bit. Yes! Oh, I've been waiting for this horror game. It feels like I've been waiting years for this one. Probably because it actually has been years. But yes, at long last, we finally got a genuine, real trailer for this upcoming horror game that got revealed a few years back, so we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get this one to the dissection table. As we saw at the very beginning, whenever it comes to this trailer analysis video, we, the MC, the protagonist, is being, basically evaluated whenever it comes to this whole entire, opening scene with this doctor, this nurse right here. And we're described as someone who got torn apart by a beast bit. Somehow we're still standing, and we're only standing because we just woke up from a medically induced coma. And then from there, boom, all hell breaks loose. Actually, as it turns out, hell has been breaking loose for a little while now. This isn't something new happening here, because here is a secret, not so secret anymore, post-Soviet Eastern Bloc BLOC block environment. And yeah, at this what was a secret facility, codenamed the Fortress, I believe. Yeah, all shit has broken loose. And despite great efforts by clearly some type of military power to quarantine and seal off whatever the hell is broken loose, obviously those efforts aren't really succeeding all that well, because when we wake up from this medically induced coma, we waste no time and try to either A, survive, or just overall try to combat and secure whatever the hell is broken loose. Why I wouldn't just run for my life? I don't know, because the things we see here, kinda just a little unsettling. Introducing aberrations. Just basically undead. Now, these very specific undead are very unique in the sense that how you actually combat them, they will actually mutate to adapt to how you actually ultimately combat them throughout the whole entire story of the game. So if you're someone who prefers to use boomsticks, they're probably going to have far more denser armor whenever it comes to their skin, more than likely. Things like that. So these mutated are going to adapt to how you play the game. However, despite the far more combat-centric focused trailer, don't be deceived. Whenever it comes to this upcoming horror title, combat is not the core focus, believe it or not. Just surviving is, because whenever it comes to just simple exploration, this too is going to be difficult and every bit terrifying. Team Cloud, which is also working alongside the developers whenever it came to the Atomic Heart games, they're not just putting a big emphasis whenever it comes to environmental storytelling. No, they're also putting a big emphasis on the audio cues. That one little random noise you heard in the backdrop, maybe not so random. That could be an infected, an aberration sneaking up behind you. You gotta pay attention. I'm fine, I'm a brave doctor.
Hey, Doc.
What is that? It's those type of, oops, I accidentally squeezed the trigger at the wrong opportune time, because these infected, the aberrations can and will scare you, and it will scare the bejeebers out of you. And you have to be very careful whenever it comes to your weaponry and your ammo spending. And yes, don't let it fool you. Yes, we can in fact fight back whenever it comes to all these monstrosities and whatnot, because we will have a healthy dose of lead injectors. From the classic wheel lead injector to a full-blown boomstick and even a full auto lead injector pistol as well. So yes, we can fight back, but you'll have to be very careful whenever it comes to them. Yes, there will be upgrades and mods for your weapons, and but you will also have to manually inspect your weapons and keep them pristine and maintained. Otherwise, they could jam at the worst opportune time. It's not spray and pray like Call of Duty style. Exploration is going to be the last thing you want to do when all these creepy things are also running around, but ultimately, exploration is the only way to piece together the overall story of what exactly and what in the world is happening here, and also to better enhance your weaponry overall, from melee weaponry to your lead injectors as well. So you don't want to explore, but you have to. And exploration is going to be really difficult because the whole entire facility, the secret facility, I believe the codename for it is just the Fortress, kind of lame, but I guess that's what we're going with. It's definitely seen better days, so the environment itself is also going to be a very dangerous hazard. And because this place has seen better days, we're going to need very specific tools and equipment, which finally at long last isn't going to be a crowbar or bolt cutters. No, we actually need something like this in order to ultimately overall progress and see other areas that are going to be denied access to us throughout the whole entire game and the fortress. In terms of the very, very little details we have whenever it comes to the story of this horror game, it is as follows. Something has broken from containment and is causing these horrifying mutations whenever it comes to people, and we believe maybe potentially even animals, but right now it does look like it's solely limited to us human beings. And clearly based off one of this very few images we have right here, whatever is causing these horrifying mutations in people, it clearly has some level of intelligence because it's very obsessed with finger painting spirals. Something about a spiral is very intriguing to whatever in the world is happening here. When it comes to our MC, our protagonist, this guy, his primary focus is to fight and to survive and to save what is most precious to him. I wonder what that is. But to fight is one thing and to survive is another thing altogether, because we're going to have like the stereotypical zombies that are going to be kind of casual to easily defeat, but then we also have clearly very far more powerful variants of the aberrations that we're also going to be going up against. Probably boss fights. And don't let the grotesque nature of the mutations caused by whatever is creating the aberrations fool you. Just because they look like they're damaged doesn't mean these things can't put up one hell of a fight. And even worse, it looks like the clock is ticking, because again, whatever's causing these mutations, whenever it comes to these poor souls being infected by whatever this is, it's not limited specifically to them, because again, based off an image like this, it looks like it could also potentially make the leap to not only animal and plant life, but is clearly also trying to do something to the overall environment of the fortress as well. Like I said, the clock is ticking and we don't have much time. From horrifying situations we all think we could survive, but would absolutely just spoil ourselves if we found ourselves in those situations, such as a whole entire herd of zombies coming at you, to nightmare fuel, like I said at the beginning, a smiling infected just chasing you down in a ventilation shaft, no, to a full-blown, we don't know any details and we won't know them until this game is released. I wonder what's behind the door. I changed my mind. I don't want to know what's behind the door. Why did they have an undead titan in there? Okay, you can put it back now. What the hell is going on? I can tell you at least what's not going on, and that's them not putting Mr. XL at the end of the sewers. See, that's creepy. That looks like a boss fight being teased at the end of the sewers. Not like this. This, not creepy. Creepy, not creepy. I hope you're taking notes. Oh, wait, it's too late. You already made your sorry excuse of a Resident Evil movie, but now it's only going to be a good horror film and not a good Resident Evil movie. Sorry, I had to make that connection right there. I saw that whenever it came to the trailer of this game, made that connection, and I had to point laugh at this guy one more time. Screw you, that seeker! Ew! Coming 2027! Yes! Available coming, 2027. But it's available here. It's available to add to wish list right now. It is shaping up to be one of the more ambitious horror games I've seen in a long time. Possibly well over a decade now. And I've been looking forward to this game, like I said, for a couple of years now. And I've even broken it down multiple times right here on the Asylum page. But what do you think about it? Please share your thoughts right over here in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video breakdown, please make sure to give me a follow, like, and a comment. And definitely make sure you hit that follow right there so I can continue to keep you informed on all things video games, trailers, comics, movies, and more. And like always, links to the other wings of the Asylum, including Kick and YouTube, are in the description down below and in the comments as well. But I hope you all enjoyed the video breakdown and hope to see y'all in the next one.